Hey, everybody, it's Coach Simone Kelly with another edition of Power Player for Own Your Power. And today I have Dr. Angela Brinson. What's up, Dr. Angela?
Hi, good morning, Simone. How are you?
Good morning. I am great. I'm so happy to finally have you on here. We already had you on the show many times, and we've had you at events and what have you. You're definitely part of the family, but we wanted to talk to you a little bit about all the things that you're doing that are like really cutting edge. And I want you to explain to the audience a little bit about what you do. So first, tell us about what you do as a psychologist and also about Psych Ed Solutions and how you now have a community mental health center. All right, that's huge.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, let me put it all together. Okay. So I am a licensed psychologist, licensed school psychologist, and also a pediatric cannabis consultant. Primarily in my agency, we conduct psychological evaluations, psychoeducational evaluations. We do emotional support emotional support animal letters and evaluations. We also work with children who have issues relative to anxiety and depression, ADHD, and we give them options for holistic treatment for things like CBD and medical marijuana.
Okay, and that is the cutting edge topic we're going to talk about today. So let's get into that, because the second people hear marijuana or cannabis, they go, ooh, that's drugs. No, I don't want to give that to my child, as opposed to Ritalin and God knows what else they're giving them. So can we first talk about some of the myths about cannabis? And I think the biggest one that I hear is cannabis is the gateway drug. So after I'm going
the big gateway drug.
Crack, I'm going to go. Well, do people just do crack anymore? No. Heroin, I'm going to do everything after I smoke a little weed, So tell us a little bit about how that's a myth.
Okay, so the reason they say it's a myth is because people think that if you're going to use weed, then that's going to make you transition to using harder drugs, right? But I say the opposite. I'll give you an example. The average kid with ADHD that comes into my office is on 3 to 4 different types of medication, right? Prescription pharmaceutical medication. So you have to remember, they're going to take a medication that's going to make them sleepy. So they're going to be zombie-like. Another one is going to make them try to control the hyperactivity. Then another one is going to be there to stimulate the appetite. So to me, those are the gateway drugs, because you have to take one drug and then another one to deal with the symptoms and the side effects of the person.
Right. And they're not natural either. So
they're not natural.
Yeah,
so what we've been doing with the trials of, so CBD is natural, and there are no side effects. It'll be kind of equivalent to, you hear people talking about taking melatonin, right? So basically what it does is it really brings the central nervous system in the balance. And that's what we want. We don't want our kids to be zombie-like and sleepy. You want them to be fully functional, because when they're functional, they can learn.
Right. Well, one other myth, because you're talking about this being for health purposes, is that marijuana or cannabis in general doesn't have any medical benefits, any medical properties. So tell us how that is a myth.
Okay, so we have two things. You're talking about CBD and you're talking about THC, which is the
first explain
marijuana.
That. I'm sorry, back up. Explain that first.
So those are two different things. CBD comes from the same marijuana plant. However, there are absolutely no psychoactive properties in it. Okay, so it's 0 THC in CBD.
Which means you won't get high.
You won't get high. You won't get high. Again, the whole goal is to kind of stabilize the central nervous system, not to get you high.
Okay.
However, there are cases, even pediatric cases, where a kid might be having significant seizures, right? And so the THC is able to help them control those seizures.
Right. And it helps relax. You might be more relaxed though, no?
You'll be more relaxed, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. But you won't be, your 7-year-old won't be tripping.
Your 7-year-old will not be tripping. No.
All right, good.
No.
So now let's talk a little bit about how you help children, because I think that's so interesting, because that is a problem, like these young children on drugs. And there's a great article on your blog, if you guys want to check it out later. It's psychedsolutions.com, and you just go to her blog, and it's called Pediatric Cannabis Consultation. So that's one of the things you call yourself, a pediatric cannabis consultant. So tell us what that entails exactly.
Okay, so for example, we might have a child that is diagnosed or undiagnosed with something like ADHD, autism, depression, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so mom is now trying to make a decision as to if she wants to put her child on medication, right? True pharmaceutical medications. One of the things we offer the opportunity for the parent to try CBD. Okay, now although it's not on their own, right?
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
we sell the product in the office.
Okay.
And it's good because we're able to closely monitor their progress. And if we find that they need to increase or decrease the dose, we can kind of walk mom through that natural progression of medication. The same as it would be if you put your child on a Ritalin with the pediatrician. They're going to have to keep going back to monitor that medication to see what's working, what's not working. So I like for parents to try the holistic option first.
What would be some of the age ranges that you've worked with these children?
Listen, we work with pets, we work with toddlers, we work
toddlers need
yeah,
CBD?
Toddlers, yeah, because you got to remember. Because CBD, we have some products of CBD that are equivalent to a daily vitamin.
Oh, okay.
So it's
but why would a toddler need it? Are they like crying too much or something? Like, hey, take some of this. Take a couple of drops of this. Stop it. Knock it off over here.
It's just kind of to give them those nutrients that they may not otherwise get during the day.
Okay. Well, I know that it works for like arthritis. I started having arthritis in one of my knees. And I know, and even the creams. I don't know if you sell the creams.
Yes, we do sell the creams. The creams
I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Yes.
So yeah, I totally know it works. So now it's safe. I just want to make sure that it's safe for children. Safe for
It's
everybody.
safe for children. We even have athletes that we work with that use the CBD after workouts. Topical.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, is it covered? Is CBD so CBD is the main thing that you do, but you said you also work with actual getting people licensed to get to
right. So
explain the difference again for that too.
Okay,
please.
so in the state of Florida, there used to be a time where you can get access to medical marijuana due to pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now they want us to focus on the trauma associated with the pain. You know what I mean? So most of my clients have diagnoses of PTSD relative to things like car accident, being sexually molested as a child, going through a divorce, empty nest syndrome, new medical diagnoses.
Empty nest syndrome is a thing?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, I have a lot of middle-aged moms whose children have
depressed?
gone off to college and now they're depressed. They're experiencing loss and grief.
So they should be having turn-up time, part-time.
They should, but you have to get to that point. Like they're really, when parents invest into their children all of those years and all of a sudden they're gone.
Right.
So it's they deal with loss and grief, which is what we would call PTSD. It's traumatic.
Right.
Yeah.
So a question too: would the medication, whether it's CBD or marijuana, would it affect your actual medications that they might be on? Like, let's say they're on some other kind of medications. How does that work? Do you check that out?
That's a very good question good question. We have some patients will say to me, "Oh, well, it didn't work." I'm like, well, what other medications are you taking, over the counter or prescription? So sometimes there can be contraindications. That's why it's really good to deal with a professional that knows about the product and that can help walk you through it versus getting it from the corner store and the gas station.
Right. Oh, yeah, they do sell it at the gas station.
They sell it at the gas station. You can get CBD.
You don't know what level of how much testing was done on the product. You don't know
exactly. And on our products, there's actually a code, like a scan code, and you can see exactly what's in our product.
Third-party testing, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, that's awesome. So, how would someone get started with this process with you, or how is there like an evaluation? Like, how do we get started? I mean, children is what I'm really focused on today, but I'm sure people listening might be like, I might need this for me too. So,
exactly.
Is it like a consultation process, and then you approve them, yay or nay? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, so for the medical marijuana, they would go directly to our sister store, which is Miracle Leap in Pembroke Pines.
Okay.
And once they apply with the state for medical marijuana, they'll be doing a consultative call with me to see if they qualify for medical marijuana use. Okay.
Okay.
That'll be for adults as well as children that are looking to use medical marijuana.
Okay.
Whereas the CBD, that can be purchased from my office directly. You could purchase it from the website. I can have it sent to to you.
But don't they have to get a consultation first?
I would prefer that they get a consultation, but people who are already using the product,
got it.
They can just go ahead and do
know.
Their thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, this is exciting. And then lastly, tell us the new changes that you have now that you have a community mental health center. Like, what's going to be happening there now that you have this new
So yeah, I mean, this has been a long time coming. So thank you so much for helping me with this journey. So basically what's happened is I've gotten licensed to become a community mental health center, which means I'll be doing a number of things like working with children and families that have autism. We'll also be a training site for universities that have psychologists that need graduate studies and practicum hours and internship. I'm super excited about that. And we're also bringing animals in, and we're doing, like I was saying before, emotional support animal evaluations. So we're looking forward to some big things popping over there in Miami Gardens this year.
So if I bring Shadow in, I can go into Chipotle with my cat, and I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. That makes me crazy. Just FYI. You know what? People are taking advantage of this animal thing.
No, it's true, but they need it. They need the support. One more thing I forgot to add. One of the biggest things that we're doing now, we're going into schools to provide individual and group therapy. We want schools to know that the resources available at no cost to the school. At no cost to
what is that, like
school.
an after school program?
No, during the school day, we have counselors that can go in the schools to do group therapy. We're focusing on social and emotional learning. So we're doing groups and we're doing individual counseling. We can also do psychological evaluations. So we want schools to know that the resources available.
So who would contact you normally, like a teacher or a school administrator?
The school administrator will be the one to contact us, but the teachers need to let the administrators know that
we need this for our
class. So, right, we need it. There's not really a shortage of resources. The resources are there. The schools just got to let us
free of cost. Let's just add that again. Free of cost.
Right.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations for all your success. I've seen you blossom over the years.
Yes.
We them together.
Exactly.
There's been a lot going on in the last, I don't even know how long I've known you. It's probably at least 15 years. Longer
you met me when I was selling sex toys. Like, that was like almost 15 years ago.
2007.
Yeah.
2007. Yeah. Wow. I just got chills. A long time. Wow. So let's tell everybody how we can reach you, how we can set up a consultation with you. What's the website address, phone number?
Okay. So the website address is PsychEd Solutions, PsyChed Solutions with an S.com. Our phone number is 954-257-7473. And we're located at 18425 Northwest 2nd Avenue in Miami Gardens. So it's across the street from Tootsie's. Everybody knows Tootsie's. Across the street from the strip club in the Lincoln Square building.
So just because, I want to make sure that people know, just because you're in Miami doesn't mean you can't help people, right?
Oh, not at all. We're servicing
over the
Dade,
phone,
Broward.
Over
Zoom. We can
do
it over the phone, Skype. We're servicing Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. I even have some clients that are in Georgia and Mississippi.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. Because you might have somebody watching this that might be in another city.
Oh, definitely.
Another city. Definitely. So don't limit yourself. Be worldwide, baby.
Oh, no. Exactly. Worldwide.
So one last time, PsychEdSolutions.com. Check out Dr. Angela Brinson and her team. And thanks again for being a part of the Own Your Power family. And thanks for being one of our power players.
Thank you for having me.
Namaste.
Namaste. You know I want to say it, right?
You can say it. That's what we do over here. All right. Thank you.
All right.